Now, business and official activities in the Federal Capital Territory have resumed on a rather sluggish note this Monday as the festive atmosphere continues to linger across the city. A visit to the Federal Secretariat and other major districts reveals significantly less traffic and lower footfall than usual. With many civil servants and private sector workers likely extending their holidays, the city remains unusually quiet. News Central's Sagir Ibrahim is monitoring the situation and joins us live for an update. Sagir Ibrahim, what is it like in the FCT? I mean, one would expect that this is still the festive season and people should be home enjoying the season with their families. What is the work rate like this morning?
Yes, I had mentioned, Blessings, that it's been 4 days since the Christmas celebration and, of course, the commencement of our holiday across the globe, celebrating not just Christmas, but, of course, the end of the year and ushering in a new year. Usually, individuals, people, workers would enter the holiday spirit, and it's often difficult to come out of it because of the reason for the season. And they would stay home up until maybe after the New Year celebration. That is what we see that has characterized activities here, being Monday, the first day of the week, expectedly 4 days after the Christmas festivities. It's supposed to be a work day, but then it's been scanty, arrival, and it's been a scanty lot, as you can see from the background, just a few cars moving here and there. Usually these areas are supposed to have been filled up with cars of civil servants, of other individuals who have a business to do here at the Federal Secretariat and the likes of that. But consider the fact that during this time, a lot of civil servants and also private workers, go on their annual leave, meaning the offices would be scanty with just a few individuals having to do some of the work that needs to be done in the office. These are some of the reasons that has characterized a slow work day being Monday, even though, of course, individuals are supposed to take over the entire place and be at work and on top of their feet. The reason for this season has caused for them not to show up.
All right, Sagir Ibrahim, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, growing up, we used to believe that the holidays included, the New Year, so one wouldn't even expect a reopening of offices until days after the New Year. Why has that changed, or why is that changing now?
It is because for many offices, and it's not just government offices, we see situations where many of them would go on an annual vacation, closing offices until after the New Year. But for some others, this is not the case, and these are the individuals that are expected to, show up and get the work done. If you're an essential worker like myself, being a broadcaster who has to be on the field to report the news, you understand that you have to be on the field and ensure that the news is reported as at when due. If you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're a military personnel or a security personnel, you understand the concept of being an essential worker. You have to be present and available, when necessary. But however, the season is what it is. Individuals, of course, over the past decades of, metamorphosing, growing, changing work environment, we saw, a drastic movement from the normal routine offline work up until now that we've seen a lot of individuals and companies doing their work online and being able to work remote. This to some extent has added to a large advantage for some of these workers who would usually be at the office, packed and being ready to work and get activities done. For some of these individuals, they might be at home and they are getting the work done from home. They do not necessarily have to be here in the office. And for the fact that many offices have co-opted, remote working, this has also affected, or in one way or the other, added to the reasons why we may be seeing scanty traffic and scanty work activities within the city. Like I mentioned earlier, individuals going on annual leave is another one. Individuals want to relax after a long year of putting in effort continuously and putting in the grind. Usually they would select this time particularly to go on the annual leave, relax, be with family, and do all of those things that they so cherish to do during within the main workings inside of the year, earlier in the year. So these are some of the contributors that we understand have caused for the scanty, of course, traffic, not just within the city, but across different workplaces that we have visited. Blessings.
Sagir Ibrahim there with the update on resumption, especially in the FCT. We'll look forward to see how that of Lagos would be, and of course other states across the nation.